Hey folks, Steve here with a very special video for you today. In this video, we're celebrating the fact that this channel has reached 2,000 subscribers. We actually hit that number a week or two ago. I wanted to wait to make sure that the number remains stable before doing this video and heading into the holidays. And also kind of look back at the year of 2023, how that's gone for the channel, and where we're going to be going for 2024. So first of all, thank you to all the folks that do subscribe to this channel, do watch the content. I know, like most YouTube channels, the number of subscribers tends to outweigh the actual views because not everybody can watch everything all the time, catch every video, comment all the time. But knowing that we've got now 2,000 subscribers on this channel is a nice milestone. I'm really excited to have hit that. That's much more than I ever thought I would ever get. And this channel has provided so many really great opportunities for engagement in the wargaming community. And I want to kind of talk through some of that and where we've been. I've got notes on a sheet of paper here to keep me organized. So this channel is 6 years old, which 2,000 subscribers for a 6-year-old channel maybe isn't very large in the grand scheme of things, but understanding that this channel is really just me recording videos on war games that I'm interested in or I'd like to play and doing analysis and all of that. Without a catchy name for the channel, it's just me in my game room and a camera. Still keeping it going for 6 years, doing all of this, and having that many people at least interested in the content is just very awesome to me, and I'm very thankful and grateful for the folks that have done that have left comments over the years and have been engaged with the content I create. I just think that's great. It's fantastic. This channel has also enabled me to be engaged in the Charles S. Roberts Award for Wargaming. I was part of the nominating committee last year. I'm looking to be in the committee this year for the year 2023. And being able to be part of that process has been really interesting, really great, and I feel fortunate to be able to be involved in that. And this channel has obviously helped to make that so. And so it's just really great to see how things have developed over time. And it's good to reflect on that and just appreciate the ability to continue to do this sort of content off into the future. I hope to be able to keep doing this for as long as I can sustain it, and we'll see what that really is over the course of time. Now, looking back at 2023, I'm going to do a roundup of like what all did I do this year, and I'll say that what I like most about this year in terms of the content that I've covered, the games that I've played, is that I've managed to do coverage of game series and systems that I've been really wanting to do for a long time. And this year, with the spice of variety and what I got to the table, I was able to hit a lot of that, which is very cool. At the beginning of this year, we were still coming out of the beginning of my coverage of Nations in Arms from Compass Games. That ended up being a game that I really quite liked. And boy, there was a lot of game there. You know, I really try to play a game to death when I have a specific product that I'm doing coverage for, and we played just about every scenario in that game box that's worth playing that I could determine for what I wanted to do. And we're talking really tens of hours of playing Nations in Arms, and that took up a huge amount of time in the year of just what videos was I producing. They tended to be Nations in Arms videos as I was playing scenario after scenario after scenario, and I got to really know that game and appreciate that game, and that was a huge part of this year. We also, near the beginning of the year, had some convention coverage. I do expect to do more of that in February of this coming year in 2024, though I will be playing some of the same systems and games I did last year. So BCS is one of those, and potentially be playing some Men of Iron system scenarios with a friend. So look for convention coverage coming up over the next couple of months. I also took a break from Nations in Arms to do Precious Glory, which was an interesting sort of distraction side series while Nations in Arms was on my primary gaming table. I still want to do Precious Glory 2. We didn't get to doing Precious Glory 2. I do like the system. I realized it was a shorter system. It didn't get a lot of coverage from people, and I was glad to be able to do a bit more on it and provide some additional commentary on that series itself. I do suspect that I'll enjoy Prussia's Glory 2 when we get to it. Maybe I'll find some time this year to knock that out as well for you. It's funny, it does harken back to the origins of this channel, which was really focused on games that maybe not a whole lot of people had heard of, or that there really wasn't much YouTube coverage of at all. This channel really started covering Fatal Alliances as part of the World in Flames family. And, for at least some of my early videos, it was really about games that didn't have a lot of coverage. I want to try to keep to that where I can. It ultimately just comes down to what content's out there that I can find, that I can see. Inevitably, I'll be playing some of the games that other folks have played, and maybe my commentary won't be that much new value add, so we'll try to balance that. I then finished out Nations in Arms, and we finally got OCS to the table with my coverage of Reluctant Enemies. That was a really good time. It was nice to be able to just sit down at my own table, not in a convention setting, and really drive out a system and get used to OCS with not a huge amount of pressure, just by myself to figure it all out, and I had a good time with that. I know a lot of folks were interested in seeing OCS on the channel, and I do expect to want to do more of that this year. The schedule will be interesting to see how much we actually get to, but I would definitely like to get at least one OCS game on the table sometime in the first half of 2024. Crimea is an obvious contender for that, because it just came out. It's recent, it's new. We could jump onto that. There's a part of me that would really like to get DAC 2 to the table, so a lot of different possibilities there. I do want to try to get more OCS on. Another series I've been wanting to do for a while was the Library of Napoleonic Battles. Now, granted, we only did one battle from an expansion to an expansion, so we kind of needed to get some more Library of Napoleonic Battles to the table. I am still desiring to play through chronologically, so we should be looking to play some of the Bonaparte games that have come out in the last few years and do that on camera, get some exposure for that. But another series that we got to have on the channel for the first time. We did technically hit Derel Creek as well, though that was via my travel game when I was traveling for business purposes, and played in a hotel room. Not the best auspices of covering Derel Creek. There's a lot more I want to do with that system, with the products. But we did tip our toe in the water, and I hope to continue to do that in that series as well. We did wonderfully also hit GCACW, Great Campaigns of the American Civil War, with the All Green Alike module. And I really quite like that. So that finally getting to play this series that I hear so much about and people love so much, and to see, how do I feel about it? I'm very happy to say I liked it quite a lot. And I'm very excited to get more of GCACW to the table. I really, coming off of All Green Alike, I wanted to keep playing more GCACW, but I just have other things I want to cover. So certainly expect to return to GCACW later this year, or not this year, 2024, and hit the next game in the series, which would be Stonewall in the Valley. We would be playing the old edition, because the new edition hasn't come out yet, but that will be coming at some point. So we'll figure something out there. That was really good. And really, that's all the games that I covered. I will point out that in the last few months, I've done some basic coverage of tabletop role-playing games. I've talked about Stars Without Number and Worlds Without Number, doing character creation examples. That has been done in support of some actual campaigns that I am running in my local area, Stars Without Number in particular. And I had created those videos to help players get a leg up on making their own characters and understanding how those systems work. Whether or not I continue to do a lot of tabletop role-playing game coverage is a bit unknown for me at this point. I could certainly see where I'll continue to talk about the games that I like. I may do some additional videos on those over time. I realize that this channel is really a wargaming channel, but I've been into tabletop role-playing games longer than I've been into wargaming, and it is a significant hobby for me. So I'll look for opportunities to do meaningful content in that space as I can. For those who are not interested in that content, I'll try to make it as clear as I can. That's what that video is about, and you don't have to watch. Obviously, if that doesn't interest you, I won't be offended if you pass on those videos. If you're really not used to tabletop role-playing games and you want to see some of that content, that might be good for you, but I'll leave that up to you, right? So yeah, probably going to do some form of additional tabletop role-playing game content, but the exact shape of that, I'm not going to know for a while, other than a video maybe here or there. There's a lot more channels that talk about RPGs than this one. I think, we're really in our niche for wargaming. I don't know if we want to expand that out too much farther. Okay, how about some highlights from this year in terms of the analytics that YouTube provides for the channel? The most viewed video for the entire year was one of my more recent ones. This was the Axis Empires Ultimate Edition unboxing. We also have still had a large number of views for older videos. So my World in Flames introduction video from a couple of years ago was like second or third place in most viewed this year. I'm not sure. I'm surprised that the metrics indicate that to be the case, but it means a lot of people are interested in World in Flames content, and maybe I should be doing more of that in the near future. There's only a couple channels that have really done much for World in Flames. My channel, Tabletop's Edge, which I recommend you check out. And maybe there's some others, but not many. So for folks who are really interested in World in Flames, my channel is one of the few places that you can get some meaningful content there. So I do want to keep creating more World in Flames content as I can for that community, because there's not a whole lot out there. My Grand Strategic World War II commentary video also had a lot of views. I suspect because that's just a good general commentary video, something you can watch without worrying about, excuse me, if this is part 10 of this campaign playthrough I'm playing, you can just listen to that and enjoy it. So I do think I need to get back to doing more commentary videos. I don't do that nearly enough, I think, but having to be careful about what exactly do I comment on. Everyone's got opinions. They're, don't want to start, arguments with people about what's right or wrong or good or bad. But certainly a lot to be said about certain aspects of the hobby, of games, that can all be put in a fun context. So I'll certainly look for opportunities to continue to do that sort of thing. Some other interesting numbers. My views have mostly come from returning viewers than new viewers. So while our subscriber count has gone up, it's mostly people returning to watch my content, which is, I think, expected and desirable. And some of that comes down to the point of this channel, which I'll hit in another minute here. I'll also say that the majority of viewers are in the 55 to 64 age range and are male. I'm not surprised by that. So I think this channel has been successful in a couple of particular things. One, this video channel tends to focus on long-form content. If you look at my average length of a video that I create, they tend to be extremely long. Could be at least over an hour in most cases. And while I recommend that folks watch them in bits and pieces, YouTube will usually save your place in a video. You can watch, go do something else, come back, watch some more. I know that not everybody watches every single video. Usually what happens is that viewers watch the introduction, they'll watch turn 1 and 2, and then they tend not to be able to keep up until the end of the campaign, and they'll watch the postmortem. And I think that's okay. I could change a format, I could change what I do on the channel to try to get more views, but that's not really the point of this channel. So I think the long form format, that I'm doing something very specific, because that's the kind of content that I want to create, that I feel is its own sort of thing, is good. And that there are folks that do want to watch that do probably click through the length of a video to get through things. While I still want to try to expedite what I'm doing and streamline the content that's recorded, I realize there's different wants and concerns there. Some people really like to see every counter move, the exact process of everything. I eventually shorten things up now and really try to get through multiple turns of a game in a video just so you know, hey, you know how the system works. I'm just playing through if you want to see where things end up. My content is stable, but it is not on a super timed schedule. That I don't have any sponsors, no monetization. I don't monetize my videos. Maybe at some point I'll do that, but I don't. I don't know. I don't know how much good that's going to do me. I haven't quite figured out. Like, is there any point to doing that? Is the money even? Is there any money in that? Probably not. So what do I care? If it means less ads for viewers, then I'm fine continuing to do this. I don't do this for a reward other than the reward of doing it and engaging with the community. So for me, it's all gravy at this point. And this channel has really helped me get through, things like COVID and the pandemic. And after I bought my house and moved away from where I used to live, I wasn't in close proximity with a lot of my wargaming friends. And so playing solitaire and recording videos of it and using that to interface with people was one of my few options to keep doing the hobby on a regular basis. And not counting me still playing World in Flames and this, that, and the other, but just having this as a consistent thing that I do has helped me enjoy the hobby in times where it felt like it could have been a lot harder to do that, which is really great. So, when I look at all this, I'm very happy with what the channel does and where we're going, what I'll continue to do. It will always kind of be this state. I don't foresee myself changing a lot. I know unboxing videos, a lot of folks will watch those because they want to see the content of a game when it comes out. I'll continue to do those. I'll always continue to do long form videos. I will seek to streamline those where I can so that there's not a lot of unwatched content, but still it's meaningful for folks. And more game analysis and commentary, I think, is a great way to go. And it's content that folks are interested in, that some folks at least are. And I want to try to keep that going as I can. Let's see, anything else here on my handy dandy notes. 2024. Well, I have Axis Empires, at least some of it, set up behind me here. So in 2024, you can expect to see some Axis Empires coverage. We might not do anything and everything inside that game box. There's probably going to be spurts of activity where I'm recording a particular scenario that is covered in Axis Empires. I'll probably intermix other games along the way. Unfortunately, while I plan to do BCS coverage directly on the channel, that just didn't get to happen this year. So I do want to get BCS to the table and to the channel in the early parts of 2024 when I can afford to do that. I also wanted to do NATO, The Cold War Goes Hot, and the Third World War, both of those games from Compass. But again, the schedule just didn't work out and I didn't get to those. So I would like to make up on my original plans and try to get those to the table. I want to get Axis Empires on the channel. I've been poring over that and messing about with it, but do want to do some recorded coverage. So yeah, more to come, folks. And I would appreciate if you'd like to share your thoughts in the comment section down below. What have you liked about the channel? What things do you not like? What would you like to see more of? Again, I'm not going to make radical changes to the content or the style of this channel, but it's good to understand what folks are seeing, what they're enjoying, and all of that, and try to stay connected with what community exists for the channel. However small it is, it's big enough for me, and that, I think, is what matters. My end goal with this, again, is to have fun. I play war games, I record them, I put them up, interact with people, try to do some game analysis, try to create meaningful things with the game content. Sometimes I'm creating player aids of my own that I put up on Board Game Geek to support a game. I love doing all that kind of stuff, being engaged with the community. That's a huge part of all of this. I'm not worried about getting review copies of games. I'm not worried about making money off of all of this. That's why my videos come out when I can do them, when I can afford to do them. I can't guarantee that I'll be able to do a video every Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or Friday. I record when I can, I publish when I can, and that works for me as long as it works for you. So anyway, 2023, quite a year. 2024 will likely be another incredible year for wargaming, I am sure. And hopefully we'll keep having fun on this channel for as long as we can support doing it, and as long as YouTube lets me. So thank you for watching. Hope this was interesting. Again, share your thoughts, your commentary down below in the comment section. I'm interested to hear what you think. Until next time, take care, keep gaming.